I'm Mo Rocca, and I'm excited to announce Season 4 of my podcast, Mobituaries. I've got a whole new bunch of stories to share with you about the most fascinating people and things who are no longer with us. From famous figures who died on the very same day, to the things I wish would die, like buffets. All that and much more. Listen to Mobituaries with Mo Rocca wherever you get your podcasts.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, so if you have seen one of my most viewed videos on my main channel, then you probably know who I'm talking about, know what I'm talking about. But to give you guys like a background history lesson on this whole situation. So there is a Twitch streamer that goes by the name Sweet Anita. Now, for those that don't know who Sweet Anita is, I guarantee, like, probably one of the first few times you'll watch one of her videos, you will be, like, shocked by some stuff that she does. But the thing is, though, it's like, that's her life. Like, that's one of the things where it's like, when you see somebody like her and then you see like the good that she's done, and I'm gonna get into that because I really want to defend her the best way I possibly can. Like, I want this to sound like I'm cutting like a WWE promo or something. Like, that's how strongly I want to defend this woman, because with her, so she has Tourette's, and for those that like doesn't know too much about Tourette's, it's like you have no control over what you are about to say or do. Maybe there's some medication for it. Maybe there is a procedure that you have to go through to fix it and things. But at the end of the day, it is her choice on whether she wants to do it or not. If she wants to take medication for her Tourette's, fine, cool, chill. That is her decision. If she wants to go through a procedure to get that stuff fixed, cool, fine, sure. That is her decision. But for people to be saying that she needs to be banned off of like Twitch, I think it is Twitch. I don't think it like so much with YouTube. But I know a while ago, like, she faced some controversy because her like Tourette's had like caused her to say the N-word. Now, I think she did say in one of the videos that she made that she is like half black, or she has like black in her family and things. Regardless, it doesn't even matter. To me, it doesn't matter. It's not like she's just going out and just saying it just because. She literally has a medical condition that is like forcing her to say it. Like, she ain't got no control over it. And the thing is, the beauty of her condition is that she's learned. I feel like it's kind of like weird just calling it a condition and stuff. I feel like that's even disrespectful saying that. So like, I'm gonna try to avoid saying condition, because I feel like weird saying that and things. I don't know if I've heard her say it or if I've heard other people say it, but her like what she lives with, that it's like she's learned to live with it. Now, why can't others learn to live with it? Because I've thought of it. I've honestly sat down and I thought of it. If there was ever a time where I had met a woman and she had Tourette's, I'm living with it. Like, if this woman is like supportive, she loves me, like she like wants to be involved in my life, but she has Tourette's, hey, so be it. Like, if she's learned to live with it, so can I. It's one of those things where it's like, I've just gotten to a point in time in my life where I don't care. Maybe if I was a kid, then I probably would find it funny, but I feel like that's, what kids like. I feel like that's just how it is with a kid, though, where it's like, you're gonna have like a conscience on this thing. But as you get older, you shouldn't, things like this, like, I guess like maybe with some people, it's different for them. But I just think they should get to a point in time where it's like a person's like flaws, their scars, their pain, their trauma, whatever it is that they're, living with, they gotta live with that stuff 24/7. We're only watching like a 5 to 15 minute video of her, talking, and then she has like an outburst or, whatever and stuff. And I'm saying, it's like, that's just what we're only seeing, the YouTube videos. We're only seeing the few hour streams. We're not actually living with this girl 24/7, seeing all of the different things that she has to go through. And who knows? Maybe it's not as bad as it is off camera. Maybe it's 10 times worse off camera. But she's learned to live with it. The thing is like, I feel like people seem to forget the learning process to something. Like, you're not going to be a top F1 driver, from the jump. Like, no, you gotta learn. You gotta go through school. You gotta go through all this training. You gotta go through so much to eventually get to the point where you learn to live with the fact that you're a somewhat decent, if not good, F1 driver. Professional wrestler. You're not gonna be in no professional wrestling match like it's day one of being it. No, you gotta learn for that. I feel like a lot of people don't want to learn. I honestly, I feel like that there's a lot of people in this world that just choose not to learn. And I was just talking about this kind of somewhat with the video game stuff, where people are saying, oh, video games is the cause of these kids going crazy and things. And it's like, if you sit down and take the time to learn about things, life will be so much easier for you. And people just don't do that. They just, their first impression that they have of something, and for an example, Tourette's syndrome, like their first, because I remember when I very first had started seeing like videos and all that, like first thing I think I seen, it wasn't really Tourette's, it was the guy that used to be on YouTube like years ago, the Tourette's guy. He had like the blue, what was it, like a Frosted Flake shirt or something. And he didn't even have Tourette's. Like, this dude was just going around just yelling and just, acting crazy and stuff. Like, he would, like, have, like, an outburst, but it wasn't like how it is with Sweet Anita. And then there was another video I seen of a guy where it was like, this guy, I can't remember where exactly he was in the world. I think he was in the UK. And, he actually had it. Like, he actually, and that's when I had to say it was that guy. That's when I actually seen what, Tourette's was. And I'm like, oh, wow. Like, no, this is a serious thing. This is like a real, and as a kid, when you're growing up, you're watching that, you're finding it funny, you're laughing about it, and then it's like, when you get older, then you realize like, hey, yo, this is a serious thing. Like, this is a serious, but if they learn to live with it, my thing is this, if they can learn to live with it and laugh about it, because that's the thing where, Sweet Anita, she said like, it doesn't, do anything to her if people find what she says and does funny. I'm just saying, even at times she's laughing about. So I think that will probably be the only point in time I would be like, hey, you know what? Like, I can't even like laugh at her. I can't even find this one. If she were to come out and say that, what she's going through, like all of that stuff, like she just doesn't find it funny. She can't have a sense of humor with it. But she's learned to live with it, and she's learned to develop a sense of humor with it. And that's one thing where I've always thought of, like, if there was ever a day where me and Sweet Anita, if we had met, like, I don't even know if, like, that would be something where I'm like, I would message her, I guess, to, like, get her approval. But, like, whatever because I'm like, my thing is, like, I don't want to, like, be the cause of her having, because I know, like, she said, like, if she sees a lot of something, then that's when she'll, like, start blurting out. And I think that was the whole situation when she had said the N-word on stream, was because a lot of people was, like, talking, like, on, I think it was, black people, of course. And I think, it's like, and the thing is like, people have to know, it's like, she's being set up. She is honestly being set up. That's why, like, if I was one of the administrators or owners or whoever behind Twitch, and I know of her situation, I'm not going to go and ban her because of something like that. Ban the chat. That's the thing that I never understood and never got, was that a streamer can get a punishment or get in trouble over something the chat did. I have no control over what they want to say and what they want to do. Like, that is chat. That ain't got nothing to do with, my thing is this. When I start up the stream and I'm playing a video game, I've set rules. I say, hey, no racism, none of this, none of that. Don't come here with no negative energy, blah, blah, blah. Point blank simple, move on. I'm going about my day. There's going to be people that are on Twitch. They're not hearing that. They want to come to my stream and be toxic. They want to come to my stream and be crazy. Like, look at streamers like Deller, where you guys, you got people constantly coming to his stream, saying some of the most wild and outlandish stuff. And it's more so to get a reaction out of him, but it's like, if that is his true, legitimate reaction, banning these guys, telling them like, hey, stop, like, or flipping out or whatever, it's like, fam, that's what he does. So, getting back to Sweet Anita, if her reaction to somebody spamming whatever in chat and she has an outburst, fam, she ain't got no control over it. And if she does, it's like, my thing is this, at what cost? Where it's like she has to be doped up or she has to go through this crazy operation to get like the stuff sorted out. She shouldn't have to go through all of that. So it's like, like I said, if she's learned to live with it, why can't Twitch learn to live with it? Why can't the people that are, trying to get her off of Twitch and YouTube? Because if people, I think I even said it in a video where I was like, because I'm pretty sure people would ask me, like, how does that make me feel that she said the N-word and stuff? Well, she's, like, partially black. Now I'm like, okay, she's allowed to say it and stuff. It's like, and even if she wasn't, it's like, fam, she has Tourette's. She, like, that's literally what it is. You're going to have an outburst of just a bunch of random stuff. Like, and people are like, besides that, it's like, this girl is saying a bunch of other things. Like, not offensive, but it's like, she's saying a bunch of other things. But if she says something offensive, it's like, she's not, it's so different versus somebody that's just going to, like, it's like if a white person is streaming, right, and then they're rapping along with a song and they saying the N-word. They have a conscience. They know they're giving themselves the confirmation in their brain to say and pronounce the N-word. Her, on the other hand, it's like, you're not expecting it. You're sitting there, you're being calm, cool, and relaxed. Out of nowhere, you just have an outburst of you saying the N-word. Do you see the difference between that? Because if people are seeing similarities between it, it's like, what are the similarities? Similarity. Okay, I felt like I was messing up on that word. But anyways, how are they the same? How are they the same? Where it's like, one is like, they ain't got no control over saying it, and one does have control over saying it. I'm saying, like, that to me, it's like, no, you can't get on this girl because of, I think it was something that it, like, developed over the years. Like, I can't remember necessarily the whole background story of how it developed, but I remember Sweet Anita, she did explain, like, how her Tourette's, like, came about, and it was something that, like, developed in her, like, I think it was elementary or middle school years. I don't know, but anyways, but yeah, it's like, fam, like, it's something where I don't have no harsh feelings towards her. I never will have no harsh feelings towards her. In fact, what was I saying? I was like, I wanted to, like, if there was ever a time where we had met up, I would definitely beforehand be all like, hey, so, like, my sense of humor that I want to add to this is whatever outbursts you have, I want to respond to it, like, having a legitimate, like, not like a legitimate conversation, but, like, if we're talking, right, and she's like, oh, so what's your favorite games to play? And then, if she's, like, if I'm, like, getting ready to say the game, and she, like, just randomly just yells out, F off, I'm like, nope, not right now, like, I want to, like, respond to what she says, pretty much. So, me, it's, like, my thing is, like, I'm just gonna, if it's okay with her, that's something that I would do. But if not, like, if she's just, like, don't respond to it, don't say nothing, just, go on with what you're saying and things, and then, like, alright, chill, cool, but anyways, but if we sit down, we start laughing about it, it's like, fam, we just start laughing about it. But it's like, I know I'm not going to make the situation awkward. I know she's going to try her hardest not to make the situation awkward. If not, she's just not going to make the situation awkward. And it's just going to be something that's like there, but it's just getting ignored. And we just going to move on with our days and stuff. But yeah, it's like, it's something where it's like, you just got to, like, I've never had to deal with nobody that's had Tourette's. but I've learned to live with it. I've mentally put it in my head like, okay, well, like I sit down, I thought about it, I put myself, if there was ever a time where I would meet a woman and she told me like she has Tourette's, and I'm like, fam, if this is the woman to be, if this is the woman I am, waiting for her to walk down the aisle in a hospital, watching her give birth to our kids, and then eventually seeing it where those kids have kids, and then we end up having that sounded so weird. Those kids meet people, and then they have grandkids. Okay, that sounds a lot better. But so we end up having grandkids. It can be all the way up until my 70s, 80s, 90s, whenever, 100s. If she still has Tourette's, guess what? I am going to be there for her, comforting her when she feels so like vulnerable and just feels so alone. I'm like, fam, squash all that. Ignore all those people that didn't want to be around you because of your Tourette's. I'm here. That's like, if I'm gonna be the only person that's here, fam, who do you need me to be? I'm like a friend, say less. Boyfriend, say less. Husband, say less. I'm like, whatever it is, I'm like, fam, I will do all the stuff that you want to do, that it's like, oh, if you had those friends, you couldn't do it with them because of your Tourette's. I'm like, fam, you want to sit down and have like a fingernail painting nail polish thing? I'm like, I don't know nothing about that, but I'm saying like whatever she wants to do, I'm like, fam, I am for it, okay? Like, I am trying to be friend, boyfriend, husband of the year. So I'm saying it's like, it's stuff like that. It's like whatever she wants to do, I'm like, let's do it. I'm like, it's like if people ask or wonder why, I'm like, I don't mind explaining it. So I'm saying it's like, it's just one of those things. It's like, you just learn to live with it. It's like learning to live with anything else in life. It's just stuff you just gotta learn to live with it. So, but anyways, yeah, it's like the sweet Anita hate. I don't even know why this girl is getting hate, but it needs to stop. Like, honestly, it's one of those things where it's all like, fam, y'all need to like seriously grow up, leave the girl alone, let the girl be, and move on with your day. All right, so. But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 43 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you're purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. And make sure you use my support. Nope, never mind. We ain't gonna say that because that code, I don't even know if that code works anymore. So, but yeah, thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.